Raj has been a Toastmaster for the last 2 years, during which he served as a club treasurer. He's an analytics professional and lives in Alpharetta with his family. And with his speech titled The Secret Weapon, please help me welcome Raj.
Can I have a show of hands if you have felt enormously anxious and stressed out over the last 6 months and it has kept you from experiencing your life to its fullest? Well, you're not alone. According to American Institute of Stress, even under normal circumstances, about 77% of the people experience some sort of physical symptoms associated with stress. 30% experience what is called chronic stress, which can lead to a whole host of conditions like heart disease and blood pressure and sleep apnea and so on and so forth. 15 million people, about 7% of the population, sink into depression. I don't even have a count or stats around how many people lose their life or how many broken homes it causes. But I think you will agree, if there is one thing that can make a huge difference in our life, it would be learning how to manage stress. What if I told you that there is a secret weapon that can not only help you do that, but can have an immensely positive impact on almost every other aspect of your life, whether it's your productivity, relationship, your health, etc., etc. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, there is indeed such a time-tested tool available at our disposal, whose benefit on your well-being is scientifically proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. It is called meditation. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably someone who has heard of it, who have tried it, and you think it's not my cup of tea. Well, my intention tonight is to make you reconsider that belief. And if you have never tried it, I want you to try this potentially life-changing technique. So let's get started. Let's start with understanding what it is. The oldest documented evidence of the practice of meditation dates back to approximately 5,000 years to ancient Indian text called Vedas. According to Vedas, meditation, or dhyana, as they call it, refers to the progressive quietening of the mind till it reaches a state of pure silence or restful awakeness. Notice the word progressive. Now let's understand why it is so effective. You see, this practice requires a lot of patience. So if you don't start it with a strong conviction, you're not going to be able to stick with it. You see, humans, as a result of how we have evolved, are caught between a cycle of pursuing opportunities or protecting ourselves from danger. That's what our mind wants to do all the time if it has its way. If it's left on its own, we become the slaves of our mind unless we intervene, rather than the other way around. It always wants to worry about its next meal or that tiger that's out to kill you. For millions of years, this fight or flight response has actually helped us survive and succeed as a species. Today, the world has changed dramatically. But it's hard for us to break out of this deeply ingrained programming that has served us so well throughout the history. Meditation actually helps break this cycle by training our mind to settle in the present moment. So how do we do it? Well, the problem with meditation is that people have a hard time believing that something so simple can have such a profound impact on your lives, right? There are 3 steps to doing meditation, So what you do is, number 1, you find a quiet, peaceful place to sit comfortably. Number 2, you turn your attention inwards. and become aware of your surroundings. So you notice any sounds around you, any sensations in your body. The idea is to, instead of focusing on something else, get your focus to yourself. And the third thing is start paying attention to your breath. Now, there are other ways of meditating as well, but this is called mindfulness meditation, which is the most researched form of meditation. And it's the most effective, as far as what we know. So you focus on your breath, and naturally, when you do that, your mind starts to drift away. That's bound to happen. There's no way out of it. And when it happens, people usually get bothered, but instead of getting bothered, you just basically, whenever you become aware that your mind is drifting away, you just pay attention to that and bring it back and start, focusing on your breath again. Well, it's that simple as that. 15 minutes a day, twice a day, 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day is sufficient. Over a period of time, it trains your mind. So, we won't have time to try this today, but I will begin by, I'll end by saying that stress is an inevitable part of modern life, right? And the single biggest factor that will impact the quality of your life. A little bit of stress is actually okay. It's actually good for us, but it becomes a problem when it starts controlling your life, right? We think we are the only ones suffering when we are stressed out, but that's not true. Those around us, our loved ones, suffer as much, if not more. If not for us, I think for those we love, it's our responsibility to adopt and try to learn this most effective, scientifically proven weapon against stress. It has helped me tremendously over the last 9 months. I've been practicing it. It has helped me cope with one of the most stressful years of my life. And I would urge all of you to give it a try. It has a potentially life-changing benefit, and you would never regret it. Toastmaster.